Good afternoon. Welcome into the Action 2 News newsroom. My name is Brittany Schmidt, and we will be going through our afternoon fastcast. We've got a lot of big stories we're continuing to follow from yesterday, so let's get right to it here. Let me pull up the situation that we know is ongoing right now in Crandon. So this is video from yesterday, last night actually. So authorities say yesterday's illnesses, so we know dozens of people who got sick in the Crandon School District yesterday afternoon. Authorities say yesterday's illnesses were traced back to a mechanical issue with the furnace that created high levels of carbon monoxide in the school. As we first reported around 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon, students began reporting serious symptoms like lightheadedness, shortness of breath, and increased heart rate. As the day progressed, several staff members began reporting the same symptoms. Here, this video was shared with us today. It's of a hospital in that area. They were waiting for people to arrive to the hospital because of these symptoms. So as we were kind of saying, officials decided to evacuate the school and called the Forest County Sheriff's Office to investigate. The sheriff says a local hospital, they treated 39 patients. You just saw some of that video. 2 of the patients had elevated levels of carbon monoxide. The school district says a mechanical issue with the furnace caused the toxic gas to leak into the school. As a precaution, classes and after-school events were canceled today. Officials say they're still working to make the school safe again. The Wisconsin Department of Health Services says Wisconsin law does not require schools to have carbon monoxide detectors, but it does encourage their use. So that leads to the next question, does this school have carbon monoxide detectors? We do not know that at this time. They are not required by law here in the state, but we are working to kind of figure out that answer. And then we're also looking into just an overall view of carbon monoxide. It's a silent gas, a little bit more talking to the health department here locally. But again, I want to show some of that video that we just got today. Here in a moment, you'll see the firefighters there. And then in a second, you'll see some of that video that was shared from the hospital by someone who was there outside. There you see it, of those responders kind of waiting for people to arrive, not knowing what that illness was. But now we are told it was a mechanical issue, and these people, these students, staff members, even some EMTs showed symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning. Another big story we are following today. Stephen Avery is seeking a new trial through a fresh bid for DNA testing. Avery is currently serving a life sentence for the 2005 murder of Teresa Halbach. He's filed a motion for advanced touch DNA analysis on evidence related to the case. His lawyer, Kathleen Zellner, announced the filing of the motion yesterday, targeting the examination of the RAV4 owned by Halbach. The vehicle, as we know, plays a central role in the case, having been discovered at the Avery salvage yard days after Halbach's disappearance. There you're seeing some bird's eye view of the investigation, which then led to bone fragments being found in a burn pit on the premises. Zellner, his attorney, has previously suggested the possibility of an alternative suspect in the murder, but Action 2 News is withholding the identity of that person because there have no charges have been filed against that person. But this is just another chapter in the strategy in Avery's long battle for exoneration as his legal team continues to challenge the evidence presented at his trial. So much more on that tonight as well. But let's get outside because it's beautiful outside. Let's head outside to Manitowoc. The sky is blue, the sun is shining. It looks very nice out. But Bo, we were kind of just talking before. I kind of have a little sniffle, but I don't feel sick. But you were telling me that it could be allergies, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, so we're in the time of year now where we're going to start, have started publishing the allergy forecast. And so, pollen counts are beginning to climb in some areas. Really? So like right now, currently, clearly, I mean, we're getting the sniffles around. But the predominant pollen so far is birch, and it's very high right now. So if you get a couple of the sniffles, feels, I mean, it could be just allergies. It's just that time of year, folks. But looking at temperatures right now, we are seeing beautiful blue skies and we're seeing very nice temperatures. We're seeing them in the lower to mid 50s for most of us. If you're near the water, then it's a little bit cooler. We got Kiwani at 37 degrees, Manitowoc at 43, Oconto at 46 degrees. So overall, most of us, it's feeling very nice outside. But don't be deceived, because the DNR still has most of us under a high fire risk in our area. So the Northwoods under a very high risk for fires, as well as Green Bay and up into Dora County. The fire danger is high. Fond du Lac and Sheboygan are the only two counties in our area that are at a low level, well, because they got rain yesterday. So that really helps. It would be kind of nice if more of us got rain, but it just is what it is. But this weekend, we're going to see a Alberta Clipper be coming in, and it's going to bring two cold fronts. The first one coming through early Saturday morning, the second one coming in Sunday morning. So we got two cold fronts. It's going to cause strong winds throughout the entire weekend, and maybe cause some isolated showers, maybe a snow flurry here and there, but it's going to be the same kind of situation like the last time, where we don't have a lot of moisture. So that's going to really put a damper on our chances of seeing precipitation. So through tonight, we'll start seeing cloud cover increase. You can see the first cold front comes in early Saturday morning, could create a couple of showers, but I don't have high hopes for it. And then throughout the day on Saturday, we'll see a mixture of sunshine and cloud cover, maybe a shower here and there, but we'll see if that happens. And then Sunday is going to be more cloudy, and again, we could see a couple of flurries here and there. So really the biggest thing, though, it's going to be windy this weekend. Look at the winds coming in from the west, northwest tomorrow. This is looking at tomorrow, between 20 up to 30 miles per hour. So, you know, hang on to your hats, because it's going to be windy, not only Saturday, but also Sunday. There are your forecasted wind gusts or wind speeds for Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures in the 50s tomorrow, and then we cool down in the 30s by Sunday. And believe it or not, Sunday is actually going to be normal for our area, you know, normal, upper 30s.
Normals in quotes every time.
I know, I'm just like, yeah, because we've been so, the 50s and 40s have been so, you know, normal to us lately. We've been so above average, but Sunday is actually going to be what it's supposed to be like this time of year, upper 30s, lower 40s. So, and then of course, go ahead.
Yeah, I can handle the cold. It's that wind.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, the wind is going to be kind of crazy throughout the entire weekend. But by the time we hit next week, the winds will calm down. So if we have to deal with wind for the weekend, I think us Wisconsinites can handle it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Thanks so much, Bo.
Absolutely.
All right, so some of the other stories that we're working on here tonight, let me just pull those up for you here. At 4 o'clock tonight, you will see a story from Kristen Allen. It's about the 2025 NFL Draft. Although, as you know, it's more than a year away, preparations are beginning now. Discover Green Bay is actually looking for people who are interested in getting the city and surrounding areas looking their best when the draft comes to town. So we'll tell you what you can do and how you can get involved. Tonight at 4:30, up front, preview with Matt Smith talking about Sunday's episode, presidential politics, and the state Senate's last session. Tonight at 5, Tammy Elliott has a consumer first alert about tips to avoid travel trouble. We know spring break is around the corner and many are planning a vacation, but travel is one of the top consumer complaints in Wisconsin, so she'll tell you how to avoid some of that travel trouble. And then tonight at 6, Jeff Alexander talks about walleye. So if you're enjoying some fresh walleye for dinner tonight, consider the next one you catch could earn you some money. There's a catch. Together with Walleyes for Tomorrow, the DNR is implementing a walleye tag reward study for Green Bay and its tributaries. Jeff Alexander has this story tonight, and we'll tell you a little bit more about how you might be able to get your money on some extra cash and enjoy some good walleye. And then, of course, sports talks to some of the new Packers players joining the team. They'll have some comments from them tonight at 5 and 6, so tune in for that. those are all the stories that we are following this afternoon. Stay with us for the latest. We'll be first to alert you on some developing stories and answering some of those big questions we have out of Crandon, and a little bit more on Stephen Avery's latest bid for a new trial. Thanks so much for joining us for this First Alert Fastcast. I hope you have a good rest of your day and your weekend. Happy weekend. Thank goodness it's Friday. And we'll see you back here on Monday. Have a good one.